everybody. It's Christ Chasing Warbride, and this is your Bible class in 5 minutes. Today I'm streaming from New York City, and there's a reason why, because it really does fit the title of this, and that is accepting your purpose. Notice I did not say walking in or dealing with your purpose or trying to figure out your purpose, but accepting. Sometimes we find out what our purpose is and we're really not feeling it. In fact, it doesn't fit some of the plans that we have. Well, this was one of my plans in my life. So let me just share a little bit about my journey and my history with New York City.
Like most children, I had quite the imagination. I was very responsible, very planned, and I thought I had my life all mapped out. Well, my mother left Cleveland before I ever started kindergarten, and we grew up in the Bay Area of California. Oakland, Alameda, Vallejo, and my mother worked in San Francisco, so I became very familiar with the city-savvy life. While other little girls fantasized about being homemakers, I was watching TV and thinking, I want to live in New York City and be an executive named Linda Brown. Then I moved back to Cleveland to finish school. After high school and many odd jobs, I had a plan. First, I wanted to be an electrician, but then I ended up in a thriving makeup career. Seems I had a good hand when it came to cosmetics. Even for television, ads, it was really thriving. And I was getting offers I could not refuse. One of my childhood dreams was at my fingertips. I made the right connections, job and apartment offers, but it was not what God had for me. Accepting your purpose means you accept this. For ye are bought with a price, therefore glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's. And Revelation 4:11, Thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, for thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and were created.
God did not tell me not to move to New York City. It was just something that I understood I would not be as effective and maybe as mature and as developed as I am today. You are blessing somebody. You are touching somebody. And yes, you can bless and touch somebody in another place, but if God does not have that place for you, you probably won't be as effective as you would be if you were where God told you to be. You are not doing this alone. This is not just your life, and you have to consider those around you and how it would affect them. Right now, my husband and I are in ministry. We are in ministry and doing what God has purposed for us. And yes, he could have done it anywhere, but sometimes you just have to take away your dreams and your visions and turn them into God's dreams and God's visions for you. There are many times in life where you're not going to want to be in the place that you're in, and you're not going to want to consider anybody, and you really just don't care. But it's really a selfish way to live. The conclusion is this: accepting your purpose is not always going to include where you want to live, where you want to be, who you want to be connected to. Sometimes it is going to put you in a place where you're like, why am I here? I don't fit being here. I don't match being here. I did not feel a per se connection with Cleveland, Ohio, but that is where God has me. But I'm not going to pout, kick and scream the whole way. We have to give people our best, and the only way to see yourself at your best and to see yourself at peak performance, as my pastor always says, is to honestly just let God take over your life. We are children of God, and if we are children of God, then we have to learn to accept what God's purposes are for us and the timing that he has in that purpose. You might be somewhere for only 5 months, but you didn't know that. And so you kicked and screamed and said no, and you might have affected a whole list of people that could have met you. And if they met you, they just met Jesus. Another reason to me is I want to make my Father proud. And if he says, you know what, you could go to the left, but if you go to the right, it would be a lot better. I do want to see what his plan is. I know his plan is better than mine. You don't want to squeeze Jesus in. You want your life to be the Lord and squeeze life in. It's my journey and my testimony, and I just wanted to share that because some people don't know what I gave up in order to thrive in ministry, and I didn't give up anything. If anything, what God gave me was much greater. Love you guys.